Hey guys, this one right here, we didn't got just Banco return of the make. We got the make return of the make, and just with Banco and the whole music video coming into it, especially with the music video and just the return of the make and everything else, and you just got with just Banco, tuning into this one right here and everything else, and just with this whole thing, s- sloshing in, but you got the return of the make, what Banco, just Banco coming into the whole thing, and especially with everything else, and especially with Banco, because him having his whole thing and everything else, all his other latest ones, he be on a he be having those good collabs too, especially his everything else, especially everything else that's be going on, towards his music and everything else. Like he keeps it a real Quincy on everything else. But you just got the return of and the Manc, especially him where he been too, because I haven't seen anything recently from him. So just with this whole thing coming into it, it really takes a mysterious clock, But you got what just Banco.
Well, stop playing with these niggas.
Tell me what you feeling, I'ma swing like a seesaw. Detroit beat like a nigga up in E-Cars. 3 cars in a G-Spot for the G-Force. Whitewash, we don't keep scars, but we keep swords. T-Tar, insure a nigga like E-Shaw. Free fire with a Cali, why you give me free for? Need raw, got deep cars like keyboards. If you need more, just meet me by the free door. 2 niggas in the whip, that's bad boys. Can't send me titty pics with androids. Whole crew full of nerds, gang voids. Like a nigga up in E-Cars. Tell me what you feeling, I'ma swing like a seesaw. Detroit beat like a nigga up in E-Cars. 3 cars in a G-Spot for the G-Force. Whitewash, we don't keep scars, but we keep swords. T-Tar, insure a nigga like E-Shaw. Free fire with a Cali, why you give me free for? Need raw, got deep cars like keyboard.
Ooh, got deep chords like V4. Ooh, the whole thing, and then like the whole thing, how it just sediments around, like everything is just hidden in one type of jungle mix and everything else, and you got those whole things like even the whole thing how it's already convincing, like how everything is set up and how everything is coming, like hey, he's coming from the whole logistics and everything else, like the way this is conversation and everything else, like you really got it on another evisceration, because the way the whole thing is like coming from one little just one little blank to coming to the next blank, he got the blanks coming in all type of areas, blanks.
If you need more, just meet me by the free door. 2 niggas in the whip, that's bad boys. Can't send me titty pics with androids. Whole crew full of nerds, gang boy. Talk to a nigga, then kill him like man boy. Return of the Manc, not return of the Mac. Got your bird in the back, cause I'm serving a.
Ooh, Return of the Mac, Return of this. Hey, the whole thing, like, hey, he even got it on he got it on a switch up lane too. Like the whole thing, it just, hey, he got it on a real, switch up bank too. Like he said, he got it on a bank, then he got it on a Mac. Like, come on, you can't really excuse that. Like, you can't even miss these half of these, certain lines. Like the way it's just, terrorism and everything else. Like it's barbarism.
Pack got Sherb in a bag, Ben's kinda mad. Nah, why I should swear down, bro. Tell me what you feeling, I'ma swing like a seesaw. Detroit beat like a nigga up in E-Cars. 3 cars in a G-Spot for the G-Force. Whitewash, we don't keep scars, but we keep swords. Tell me what you feeling, I'ma swing like a seesaw. Detroit beat like a nigga up in E-Cars. 3 cars in a G-Spot for the G-Force. Whitewash, we don't keep scars, but we keep swords. Tell me what you feel, I'ma swing like it's baseball. Psycho bitch tryna hit me with a face.
Ooh, tell me how you feel. I'm gonna shift just like a space, just like a space for. Ooh, like he said, tell me how you feel. I'm a G with the space for. Hey, the whole thing, like even as I didn't catch that, hey, that was something shaky right there. Something, and like that was something real sketchy right there, and the whole thing, like it just comes into elevate.
So tell me what you feel, I'ma swing like it's baseball. Psycho bitch tryna hit me with a face call. Shit, I make more cocaine, what you came for. I'm in an A4, getting paper, no A4. I need I say more, bring flake to your mate's door. He can take more, bring the paper by day 4. Even day 5, take time, I'm a safe guy. Gotta stay fly in the future like AI.
Our message to you, if you are a criminal operating in Trafford, is that if we don't get you today, we will be back.
Delirious.
To you, if you are
Even day 5, take time, I'm a safe guy. Gotta stay fly in the future like AI.
Our message to you, if you are a criminal operating in Trafford, is that if we
Man, R.I.P. Draco the Ruler, man. You know, and even him getting his condolences to that, you know, I gotta respect, you know, I gotta give it to Banco, you know. He only got his champ, he only got his chip, you know. He's already one of the one chip ones, you know, coming out the thing. But you know, I gotta give him his, you know, his just his, you know, I gotta give him his condolences and everything, you know, especially with Draco the Ruler coming into it and everything else. Like, hey, you know, just Banco, he's already on the champ, like with this whole thing and everything else, you know, especially with the whole costos and everything else.
don't get you today, we will be back.
Delirious, pull up in a whip like here he is. Tell me what you feeling, I'ma swing like a seesaw. Detroit beat like a nigga up in E-Cars. 3 cars in a G-Sport for the G-Force. Whitewash, we don't keep scars, but we keep swords. Tell me what you feeling, I'ma swing like a seesaw. Detroit beat like a nigga up in E-Cars. 3 cars in a G-Sport for the G-Force. Whitewash, we don't keep scars, but we keep swords. Tell me what you feeling, I'ma swing like a seesaw. Detroit beat like a nigga up in E-Cars. In a G-Sport for the G-Force. Whitewash, we don't keep scars, but we keep swords. Beat like a nigga up in E-Cars. 3 cars in a G-Sport for the G-Force. Whitewash, we don't keep scars, but we keep swords.
This was a handy one right here. Return of the Mac. Hey, see the whole thing. I didn't even see this one coming. Like the way it was coming already. I didn't see how that was coming. Like I didn't expect, you know, none of this stuff to even come in how it came in. Just especially with Banco and everything else. Like he had something on a tournament, you know, especially with everything else, you know. But coming from his side and everything else, you know, just coming from the return of the Mac, you know, return of the everything, because you know, just Bank, especially with Banco, you know, I haven't really heard nothing from him or heard any, you know, listed songs, you know, any unreleased songs. So you know, this one right here, kind of, it was a fresh one, but right here, but everything else. But you know, I get my whole thing on him. You know, I gave him his crown. You know, you got to get Banco his crown and everything else. But hey, most definitely check this one out and everything else, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe and everything else. But just with this one,